Good morning, everyone. How's it going today? Hopefully everyone's doing well. And hey, Robin, Yugoslav, Carolyn, everyone that's here, Keisha, Anthony, Margaret, awesome. All right, well, hopefully you guys are doing well today. Let me know, and I'm excited because today's giveaway day. We're doing a giveaway today, and today we're going to give away our Dream Trade strategy, which is a specific strategy that I use, and I use it for stock trading. You can apply it for everything. Really good foundational material, a full course. It's not just a strategy, but it's a complete course, and it won't take you that long to finish it. There's a lot of videos, but I broke them down to about 5 minutes each, 5 to 10 minutes, maybe even actually less than that, like 2 or 3 minutes per video, just to get everybody on board. So anyhow, how's your trading going? Let me know in the chat how your trading's going. We had some really interesting stuff happen. If you guys remember, hey, Ian, good to see you. If you guys remember, last time we were looking at gold, and I was predicting a bounce. Do you guys remember that? Let me know if you remember that, and hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button if you remember that, and if you did anything good, because we had I'm going to go over the actual setup here. I'm going to go over the setup, and we're going to take a look at this. We're going to go over the setup. And it was gold, which is on my chart. Go to daily, and let's take a look at what we were looking at. Okay, we were looking at this bounce right here. Okay, so I remember there was a guy. This is a bounce, dude. Pierre, this is a bounce, my friend. From 1677 up to 1714. That is a big old bounce, right? Like, I don't know what you count as a bounce. When price changes direction, that's a bounce. So anyhow, yeah, and the last couple days have been on point. So actually, let's take a look at at a lower time frame here. I did a trade this morning on this. I was watching this level. I was watching this support right here. And price came down into this and broke up, and I was actually able to grab a good part of this trade. Let me actually pull up, and you'll be able to see where the trade was right here. Okay, right there was the trade. No, was that it? Where's the trade? Today. Okay, here was the trade right here. Okay, so you can see this blue line. This blue line right here was my entry, and then here was my exit. So it was a pretty solid setup. And I'm not going to trade for a little bit. I want for this MACD to get a little tinier and for some kind of pullback. But if we get a pullback and it comes back down a little bit, then I will be looking to get in. And sometimes on a nice trending day, you don't get that. But that, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Okay. Yeah. So we'll go back to the daily. Let's start with the daily here. So here's the daily, right? And you can see we got this big channel, right? And that's where the bounce was. Pierre must not have been looking at trading at the charts. He's probably forgot that it's gone up the last 2 days. But there we have it. So we had a nice level right here. You can see we had a nice support level. We had a nice support level here, a double level, and it worked really well. Okay, it worked out fantastic. And so the MACD still overextended to the downside, but you see that it's starting to extend and we have some upward momentum. Right now, though, if we look at right now, it is currently at a resistance level. You can see right here, you see this, it stopped here and here. So this is actually resistance. And if this level does break, we will be looking at another resistance right up here. So if we happen to break right now, so I would expect there could be some resistance here. There could be some pullback. But if it does break at 1720, we could get up a little bit further here. And so that would be pretty awesome. So either way that it goes, we'll be looking at it. But let me go back and show you the trade I made this morning, since you guys didn't see that. I was watching this little angle, this little upward channel, and I was watching my MACD cross, and I was also watching the trend line. So I caught the bounce off of this plus this little tiny trend line break, right? You see how we had a little 1 minute triangle, and it broke up, and I got in, and I put my stop loss down here, and the thing really took off. It went from $17.12 to $17.19, and again, that's one of the benefits about trading with gold. Is that it can move quick, right? That can be a benefit, and also it can be a drawback. So Diogo FX 500 has the question of the day so far. What about fundamental? So here's the fundamental side of it. Gold is physical. It's been around for thousands of years, and it's much more valuable than paper money. Okay, and you know, they're printing lots of money right now. Yeah, I'm taking a vacation here in a couple days, and so I'm gonna need a little bit of money. So it's nice to have some good trades going into that, right? And I might take a longer term trade too, like something like a swing trade while I'm gone. So we'll look for those to get set up as well. Okay. So with that being said, the fundamental is just that gold is valuable. You know, if you look at like, let's just go way back. Let's go back to like 1950. If you buy $10 of gold in 1950, like that would be worth like thousands today, right? You buy $10, if you held on to your $10 bill, it would be worth like 10 cents. So the comparison of holding gold versus dollars is really ridiculous. And right now, because they're printing lots more with this stimulus package, I would expect for gold to be pretty bullish, especially because if you look at this nice bullish chart, you see how this has really moved up, and now we're up here. I would expect it to actually hit this, go up to the top of this channel, and go up even further. That's what I'm looking at. But again, you know, we don't know what's going to happen. We have no idea. It'd be great if I look at that. And I could be the greatest, I could be literally the greatest analysis guy in the world and say, yeah, it's going to go up to here and then it's going to go up to 2100 and blah, 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 blah. But it doesn't really do anybody any good, or it doesn't do you any good if you can't trade it, right? So being an analysis person and a trader are two different things, because a trader has to learn to make money off of what the market does. It's like, you know, technical analysis people can really, Krunal says, should I convert all my money to gold? You know, it's funny you should ask that. I actually have an app on my phone. It's called Glint, right? It's called Glint. And what I do is I put money in there and it converts it into gold automatically for a very, very small fee. It's pretty cool. But you could look at it. It's just called Glint Pay if you're interested, because holding cash just doesn't make sense. So rather than putting my cash savings in cash, I actually put it in gold, and it's really easy to set up. And I've been doing that for a little while. It's pretty cool. So good question, Krunal. All right, guys. So today we're going to do another giveaway. Today we're going for a new record though, because before we had to get 15 tweets. Today we're going to have to get up to 17 to get qualified for the trade, or for the free giveaway. So with that being said, I'm just watching these charts. I'd like to, this came down to here, was pretty good. We currently have an interesting level right here. You see this? I'd like to see it follow around down here a little bit more before breaking. I don't want to miss a breakout, but I think you see where we have a support level now, and it's been hanging here. I'd like to see this hang, maybe even break into it a little bit to shake out some of these buyers. But if we look at the daily, let's look at the daily. We have, and I'm gonna delete these real quick. We look at the daily here, and I'm gonna put in my support and resistance. We're right at a key level, so it could get rejected really hard. So we want to be aware of that, right? We want to be aware of the key rejection possibilities. All right, it can happen anytime. Okay, so this is the level we're watching. It's been flirting with it. Just because a level, you think it might break, I think it might break, I don't know, but it could easily come back down and come right back down here again, right? So if we go to the upside, I'm looking at right here. If we go to the downside, where would we be looking? I would be looking down here into this range again. Okay, so we have an upside target and a downside target, either one. I am leaning towards the upside, but I'm going to trade whatever I see. So right now I'm looking at taking buy setups, like right off this bounce. I'd like to see this MACD get a little tinier. And if I could get the MACD, if I could get price to come down here and the MACD to get in the red, and then I'd be looking for a nice break. So right now we do have a little bit of a triangle right here. So this would be a definite possibility. Even with the MACD shrinking, this would be a possibility for a long setup. And, you know, we have our upside potential all the way up here. So there's a lot of good upside potential. One of the things that we want to look at too on that is always manage your risk, right? Always, always, always manage your risk. It's really important. And it's just important to manage that risk. So speaking of that, we'll take a look at the spreadsheet here. I have a spreadsheet where I keep track of everything. So Monday, I was actually, even though we had a great bounce, it was negative. Yesterday was 112, and today we're at 8. I'm at 80 something today. So I need one more good trade to hit my target, and actually my target is $200 a day, and I haven't got that yet. So I was able to do the $100 a day, pretty solid, able to do the 150, and now I'm kind of stalling out at 200. And it's okay to stall out at certain levels, but you can see we're planning this out. We're just going to keep moving forward, trying to hit the new levels, right? So it should be pretty interesting. On the stock side, I had a nice trade on REGN that I opened up on Monday, and that current trade is actually up 11% right now. It's up 11%. And another trade, and I'm really upset that I didn't talk about it on the show. You know, I'm trying to do everything that I do, but you know, I sometimes forget. Another trade that I took was AMC, and I'll show you the chart, but AMC's up really nicely right now. So very excited about that trade as well. And also the CLX trade is doing well also right now. So it's good. Everything's working out pretty well. We're doing good. Hopefully you guys are doing good. We're here to help everybody. So let's keep looking at some currency trades and see what we got here. So I'm going to take a look at so we're getting a MACD cross to the downside here on US yen. So we'll take a look at that. All right, so we broke up. See the breakout here on gold? I'm going to actually try to get in on this one. I'm going to buy this on gold. Let's see here. See how this goes. I think it's going to come right down into this area. It did break out, but just watching and trying to get the best possible entry I can, being patient on the retracement here. Waiting for some bullish price action before going long. So I'm just waiting, guys, waiting. Waiting sometimes is the name of the game. Just need a big wave. Big waves can be good if you're riding the wave in the right direction. Big waves are awesome. Okay, I'm getting close here. Want to see what happens. This the only thing I don't like about this is this MACD is not red. I like to get that red MACD, but I'm gonna go for it because it's breaking up. Okay, so we just got in here, and there we have it. So I got my stop loss below the bottom of this trend line here. This trend line I'm hoping will act as a support, or as a support. So we'll see what happens. I got my stop loss up here. We're just about a 1-to-1. Let's see how close I am to a 1-to-1. 41 to the down and 41 to the up. So that's a 1-to-1. So now we got that going. We'll just watch it a little bit and see what else we got to look at. I like to use the trend lines as my stop losses. So what would be really great is if we could break up here, and then it would give me some definite more room to tighten up the trade. Once I get into the trade, I like to tighten my risk as soon as possible. The last couple of days, I've made a couple errors, which is good. Yugoslav is still long. Good job, man. Yugoslav is the man. He's patient. He's one of those patient traders. So he's going to hold this thing all the way up to 2,200. That would be great, right? Okay, so I want to show you guys a swing trade that I'm probably going to take when I go away for the next week. So it's the pound dollar. Let's go ahead and look at it, just real basic. So take a look at this pound dollar. We got a nice channel here. You see how beautiful that is? Price has pulled back into support. We got a double support. And we have this trend line. We got a target up here, and then we have this trend line. It was pretty tight, has broken to the upside. Let's look at it on an hourly time frame. You see it broke, went back, retraced. So I'm actually going to take this on a daily time frame, and so we're going to go ahead and put our stop loss right below this level. Okay, right below the trend line, about this point here, and I'm going to put my target not quite to the top, but so it'll be right here. So I'm going to actually enter into that trade as well, and this is going to be a long-term setup that we're going to be watching for just a long-term trade. So I'm taking that trade, and you can see, let's move my target up a little bit. So we're going to go for a 1-to-1. 230 pips to the upside and 218 to the downside. So I have more, oh wait, hold on. I have more upside potential than I do downside. More up than down, which is always what you want to do. Or 1-to-1. I mean, it's all based off of numbers, you know. There's different things that you want to look at on the number side. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at on that one. So that's that. So I got this. So this is a longer term trade. I'm going to grab an image of this one and add that in to the spreadsheet, by the way. And hey, as soon as I'm done with the currency stuff, I'm going to take a short break and go introduce the giveaway. And then after that, what we're going to do is I'm going to just write some notes here. I'm going to look at some stocks after that. Okay. All right, so let's upload this. I'm going to add that to the my spreadsheet and give you guys the link to the spreadsheet as well. So we're going to add this. It's what's the date? 3/10 Forex GBP USD, and here we go. That's the screenshot. So we'll be able to see exactly what's going on with that and keep everybody updated. By the way, if you guys want to follow along on the spreadsheet, I'll post the link in the chat there. Good. All right. And so Yugoslav was just sharing that he likes to put half of the trade in profit and then let the other half follow, which is a pretty great way to do that. And so I'll be watching this, and actually I'm not going to check it for a few days because I'm going to be gone. So there's not really anything to worry about on it. It's going to be pretty solid here. Nice trade opportunity. So we'll be keeping that in mind. Okay, actually, let's look at this pound trade. It's actually already up a little bit. So, you know, not bad. We got a little pullback and we went for it. So that was good. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and look at the Twitter profile right now. And also, but just want to let you know, this is currently testing this support level. So if this gives way and I lose money on this trade, I'll actually be glad to get out of here. Because why? Because that means that there's probably a further downward move, possibly all the way down here. And so I'd rather, and who knows how far it could go. I mean, it really could go all the way back down here. So I'd rather just get it out and done with rather than, take a big loss, clear my head and say, okay, I was trying to catch a breakout. The setup was good. There was nothing wrong with the setup. It just shook me out, and the market is going to shake me out from time to time. So now that I have this in play, I will be watching it. And if, let's just say that I get stopped out here, I would be willing to go long again if it breaks this trend line one more time. It could continue to follow down a little bit and then break a lot lower. And so, timing is really important with these trades, and I just might have got in on a fake break, and it's not a big deal. Anything can happen with your trading at any time. So, it is what it is. You just got to play your setups, right? So Moses, today I've made $83.52 so far today. So I'm trying to get 200. I've had 83.52. And I'm currently up on my pound dollar trade and I'm down on the other trade. So great question. So with that being said, guys, I wanted to let you know we're doing a giveaway here. And I'll post the link in the chat. And if you retweet this, that you get to enter into the competition, a chance to win our Dream Trade strategy, and pretty excited about that. So the way you enter into the contest is you just click this retweet button and you click retweet, and then there you have it. And so if we get, you could also like it, would appreciate that too, and leave a comment even. If we get up to 17 of these, if we get to 17, you will qualify for the giveaway. So just wanted to let everybody know that that's what we were doing with that. I'll be keeping this open. We're already at 9, so it's looking pretty good. Sometimes I have trouble getting people to do it. You know, they might not have a Twitter account or whatever, but you also would want to follow me on Twitter, because I have some pretty good setups from time to time, and I'm working at trying to get more activity on there. So that'll be really good. Okay, so Al, how you doing, Al? Hope you're having a good day. So I have 3 different accounts that I'm running: one currency account, one Forex account, and one options account, or one Forex, one options, and one stock, and each one has a different level of money in it. And two of those retweets are ours. So keep retweeting, guys. Keep retweeting. We're getting there. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump over to the stock market. So I have different levels. I have a $15,800 and a $2,000 account is where I started. And things are going slow, to be honest. We're in week 8. We're going really slow. But let me take a look at my stock account, and we'll pull that up. All right. So the trade I did on Monday was right here. You can see I entered in on this particular trade, REGN, on Monday. And that was, where was Monday? What day was Monday? Monday was the 7th. So, right, what's up with this? So you can see on a weekly chart, we had a nice pin bar and the price is moving up. So I got in at about 463, and I did an option trade on this. So if we take a look at what the actual, if we go to the spreadsheet now, we can take a look at the actual trade. Okay, the actual trade right here was 475 calls. Okay, so if the price goes up above 475, then that means I'll be able to purchase those calls at 475 at a profit. So I'm expecting price to go up to about 520. So I'm thinking that this could be a very solid trade. It's a longer term trade. I'm giving it some time to get there. So let's take a look at some of our other stuff. The markets today are up. And so I wanted to take a look at some other possible trades. Let's look at FIVR. This is one that I've been trading over and over again. And you can see on the weekly, it bounced off the level. And today it's moving up. We broke up higher today on Fiverr. And keep going with those tweets, guys. Good job, everybody. And hey, if you're watching the YouTube channel and you haven't liked it yet, hit that like button. We're only up to 14 likes. Make sure that you also subscribe, because you want to get notification when I go live. So Fiverr is right now, you see how it gapped up? I'm actually going to get in on this one, and let me show you what I'm thinking on. I'm thinking about going in here at 240, and we could get right back up here to 366. So I like this one a lot. I'm going to actually make this trade here and I'm going to buy Fiverr right now, just because it's really, really solid looking. Okay, and so I have a stop and take profit already set up, but I'm going to adjust those. I'm going to move my target up to the top. Okay, and it didn't do it for some reason. Let me just close them. I'm not sure what's going on with my stop losses, but anyhow, oh, there we go. Okay, so anyhow, I'll edit these later. My stop will be at 186, my take profit at 336, but I'm going to grab another shot of this and add it in. This is a pretty good setup. The last time I traded this, one was right down here. You can see that it was right near the same price level, and look what happened the last time. I've actually been trading this quite a bit over the last year, and every time we get pullbacks, it's just been a really solid setup. So we'll add that over into the spreadsheet here, and we'll see what happens with it. All right. Okay, so I just saw that my gold trade got stopped out, and so let's see here if we're still doing really well on the day. Still made a lot of money on the day. You can see my first trade to the upside was much better. So I'll be watching this again now and see what we've got, because we have now my timing was just off a little bit. So now we have another support level right down here, and another trend line. And there's two trend lines that I want to be watching for a possible long setup. There's more than two. There's this bottom trend line down here at the bottom of this channel. There's this downward trend line right here. And I'm also going to add this trend line as well, because this is a pretty steep one. This one might come into play. We also have this channel here. We have a nice little 1 minute channel. And so if we get a bounce off of here, I would expect it to get right back up here, but we'll see what happens. I'll be patiently watching this one as well. Okay, and I also have that pound trade that's long, and that one is still just kind of hanging in, but that's a long-term trade, so that's not really much of an issue, not much to worry about with that. So we will be looking at that as well, this pound dollar. But this is a daily, so you can see I have my take profit up here and my stop loss down here. And this is, this is a great way to trade. Very, very easy. That's not easy. Nothing in trading is easy, but it just doesn't take a lot of time to get set up, and you can go ahead and make this happen right away, right? And it's just, you just check it once a day. Okay, if it goes up to here the next day, you move your stop loss a little bit. If it goes up again, you move your stop loss, and it keeps your losses smaller. So let me just show you how I will trade this. If tomorrow I'm down here at this level, there's not really anything I'll do. I'll just be like, okay, I'm going to keep my stop in place. However, if tomorrow I'm up here, if tomorrow I'm at 1401, well, then I'll move my stop up probably 100 pips, right? Probably about 85, 75 pips. And what that does is that always gives me the opportunity to lower my risk all the time, because I want to always lower my risk as much as I possibly can. So All right, guys, we need 2 more retweets. Let's get them done. Let's get her done. We got a lot of people watching. I know we can do this. Yeah. Okay, so back to the chart. So the idea here, right now I have a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Okay, so you can see it's 231 pips is my stop loss, and 234 is my take profit. Now, here's the thing that's really interesting about this is my loss will probably not be the full loss, and that's the key. The key is to keep your losses small. So as I move into profit, I'm going to tighten up, right? And so then if I do lose and I lose 100 pips, well, if I lose 100 pips, well, guess what? It's way less than the 230 that I have right now. And so what that will do for me is over time, it will help me increase my success rate. So I'm a big believer in planning, and that's why I have a pretty cool tool that I set up, and it's a risk to reward chart. Okay, let me show you guys this. So this is a risk to reward chart, and I'm gonna risk, let's just say we got a really, well, let's do an average size account. Let's just say we're gonna risk $500, okay? Now, if we're at $500 and our risk to reward, I'm starting out at 1-to-1, right? At 1-to-1. And if I'm at 1-to-1, then you go down in this column and you check your winning percentage, okay? This is just good for planning. I do this for planning out, right? It helps me plan and see what I can do over time, right? And I think that's really important to give you an idea of what kind of revenue you can make. So if you take 1,000 trades and you hit a 60% and you're at a 1-to-1, that's $100,000, okay? $100,000. Now, 1,000 trades is quite a bit. If you're trading a daily time frame, you're probably not going to be able to do that. Daily setups, you know, you're going to take 2 a day. We'll just say you're going to take 2 trades a day, all right? And if you take 2 trades a day, oh, by the way, I'm going to go long again. I think I'm going to go long again on gold. It just broke that second trend line. I am going to give it another shot. Okay, so here we go. We're the MACD starting to cross. I probably should have been a little more patient on that MACD, but we did cross this downward trend line. So now we're going to go with our take profit. It's going to be up here. Okay, and our stop loss is going to be down here. Now we have this, so it's about a 1-to-1 again, and I'll be tightening up as we move up. We have this current upward channel is going to be my next resistance. So I did break this channel, but I have this one. You see this middle line? That's also a resistance point. And so you can be a little patient and wait for that to break. However, I've got the MACD crossing lower, and I already broke this trend line. So now I have this trend line as a support level. So it might not break this on the first try, but we might come back down into here and get a potential stoppage on the drop right here. So I like this trade. It's pretty good. The last one I had a nice little support level, but it broke it. So I'm hoping that this time we'll get that follow through and make the trade. So anyhow, that's that. Let's go back to the let's go back to our chart here. Some people like to do a 1-to-2 or whatever, but the thing is, there's always a mathematical trade-off. Okay, there's always a mathematical trade-off, and you do what you like. But if your risk to reward ratio is 2, okay, then look at that. Let's say we go from 100,000 all the way up to 400,000. We triple our money. Okay, we triple our money. The only thing you got to realize though is that to hit the same winning percentage, you got to be really, really good. Okay, you got to be really, really good. So we can do some practice scenarios, right? And I always recommend that you do that. So we say 1,000 trades, but let's practice it with 10. What will happen with only 10? You know, we do 10 trades, right? And let's see if we can do 60%. At that, it's the same thing, but it's different. It's 4,000. So if you can take 10 trades a month, risking 500 and hit a 2-to-1, well, that's $4,000 in revenue. But the other cool thing about a 2-to-1 is you can actually make money and have a losing winning percentage. Your winning percentage can be 40%, and you still make $1,000. Where if it's a 1-to-1, you're going to be 1,000. But the thing that you got to remember is that the further out your risk to reward ratio is, the harder it is to hit your target. The harder it is to hit your target on that risk to reward ratio. So, you know, that's something that we really want to be aware of when we're trading. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at my trade. It just broke out of that level, and we're moving up. We're crossing over on this on here, and so this is looking pretty good. Let's see here. So I'm going to be watching this. We've got now a new support level is going to be right down on this level that just broke. So we have a support level here now, and price is moving up pretty nice. I got in a little late because I was talking. You know, that's one of the other things. If you're really focused, you're going to get better, and it's going to help you make even more money. I got in at 7.17. I gave up $2. I probably could have got in here on this initial break had I been watching it, right? And so, you know, that's one of the challenges of doing live stuff, is that, you know, you're talking and trying to teach people stuff and things like that. So, so for that, guys, hit that like button for me. Let's get that thing up there. We've got quite a few people. We got 62 people online and only 24 likes. Love to see some more likes going. And we could also, let's also focus on our giveaway for a second. All right, so here it is, guys. We're at 17, and we need to get this up a little bit, actually, because 2 of those are ours, so we need a few more. But you guys are doing a great job. You guys are doing a great job. Thank you for the participation. I really appreciate it. Okay, so now we're pulling back on gold. Now I want to see this hold. I really want to see this hold, because we've got this downward trend line and this upward trend line. So I really would be excited to see this level hold. Right in here is a pretty solid level of support. We got the MACD moving up. We've got the support levels breaking. I'd like to see it get up here. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Oh my goodness. You know what? I'm not going to sing just because you guys would all quit. You guys would quit. Hey Frog, how you doing today? How you doing? Yeah, if I started singing, every single person would leave immediately, which, you know, I'd still have fun. Oh, that's so funny. By the way, guys, if you haven't done the giveaway yet, I know there's a lot of people that come in at different times. We'll post that link in the chat. But here it is. And let's see how many retweets we have now. We need to get a couple more to get the live giveaway in action here. But there we have it. So go ahead and just click that button to retweet, and you'll enter into the giveaway to give the Dream Trade Strategy, which is a pretty cool course that we have. These are some of the trades we made on this. It's just kind of what I just showed you on, I mean, it's still a cool training. It's got lots of good stuff, but it's kind of what I just showed you, but way more stuff and details. But based off of like that Fiverr trade that we just did, you know, like this trade right here, it's kind of like finding trades like this, but we have some really cool ways to find the trades. And we help you with all of that kind of stuff. But we're giving away that Dream Trade Strategy course. So it's a great course. Okay, so back to gold, good old gold. So we're right getting a nice bullish candle. I like what I'm seeing here. I'm really liking it now. So if we get if this continues and we get a big push here, there is a lot of resistance up here. So, you know, one of the things you got to remember is that a short squeeze could be happening. And I know that's made a lot of news lately, but what that means is there's a lot of people that are still very short, and they're shorting up on these levels. Every time the price moves up, they're shorting because they're expecting it to drop again. And so when you get all these shorts in, that's when you get a short squeeze, because the bulls will try to push them out of their position. And when that happens, then you get a big spike. And so right now there's a lot of shorts in here. I mean, there's a lot of longs too, but a lot of people. There's also profit takers too. So if we go back to the 4 hour, there are people in here that have been going short, like from all the way up here. People like Yugoslav that are really patient, right? And they might be trailing their stop. And they're like, okay, you see where my take profit is? That's where their stop loss is. They're like, so the price could get shot up and it hits a lot of stops. Now, another thing to look at, and this is really good for us, by the way, is this 4 hour time frame. Look at what you see on the MACD. Let's look at this on 4 hour, and I'm going to delete all the lines because they're kind of in the way. Okay, but take a look at this on the 4 hour. So what we notice, and this is really awesome, and that is the trend line broke. Okay, yes, and that's an ugly trend line. There we go, trend line broke. Now what else do we notice? We notice that there's support right here. So it went up, broke, went back down into support, and now we're taking off again. Now, the other thing that's pretty cool about this is, what are we noticing? Well, the MACD is starting to turn, right? The MACD, even when it was a really strong downtrend and there was no support that was broken, like here, or no resistance, this still ended up being a great trade, right? Even on the 4 hour was still 466 pips. So we've got a lot of potential on this. I think that this will get triggered, and we could see price moving up higher. So that's what I'm looking at right now. I am just on a lower time frame though, and so I'm going to be watching some of these pullbacks, and until, my theory is, until this support level breaks, this is my new floor, 1707. So until 1707 breaks to the downside, every time we get a pullback, every time it comes down at all, I'm going to be trying to wait for breakouts to go long. And you guys know how I do that. I wait for trades like this. You see that? I wait for this. And this was my big trade this morning. This big one that broke right here, that was my big one. And so right now, I'm just trying to catch a follow through. And sometimes it doesn't happen in the afternoon. Sometimes you only got one really big trade. But right now, it's okay. It's looking good. And I still say as long as we're above this level here, I'm going to be looking for long setups. Okay. All right. So another trade, I like to jump around from trade to trade. Another trade is the AMC trade. AMC. I don't know if you guys have heard about them at all, but I did some analysis on the AMC, and we went down here and we hit support, and you see how it was going sideways for a while. Then we had a nice big burst and a nice pullback, and we had support in here, and we had the support consolidation, and then a nice big break. So I actually got in at $8.10. Okay, $8.10, and now it's trading at $11.87. So this has been a really nice trade for me. It's up about 35%, and I'm going to keep holding it. I think I'm going to be watching these levels. You know, always watch the levels. So right now we have support is right here. And so I'm going to be watching the 1083 level and see if that's a good support, which I think it will be. I think it'll be a good support level. So with that being said, that's a pretty nice setup. And again, I was hoping that I was going to tell you guys about that, but I didn't get a chance to. And so, you know, I can't always tell you guys everything all the time. All right. So we got Twitter here. Let's go back and take a look at it. We're getting ready to close up here. So we need, looks like we need 2 more, guys. Come on, you guys can do this. You guys can do this. Hit that like button and get us the 2 more. 1 or 2, actually. I'll have to talk to my my assistant here, but 1 or 2 more and we'll be there, right? And so that's what we're looking at on that. Okay, let's go back to gold. Gold is doing pretty good. I now have this support level right where our entry is. And so if we can get a nice breakout above here, that would be a pretty solid setup. I would love to see this thing go up again. Okay. So, am I trading GME? I didn't get in GME. I took the trade on AMC. But GME is very similar. Let's take a look at it. Good question. GME is actually better. I should have done GME. GME down here was solid gold. I mean, this thing was great down to the 30. I mean, obviously down here it was awesome. But for people that were getting a second chance, up here was fantastic. We're right back at 287 now. It's been just on fire lately. It's been on fire. But I don't know if we're going to be able to get back up here, but we very well could, especially if that same thing that happened before, which was all those shorts, you know, the people trading this thing short, you know, and no one's selling. Right now, people don't want to sell GME, just like AMC. People are buying it and they're not selling. And if they don't sell, if people don't sell, they can't, you know, the price isn't going to go down. And what happened here? What happened here was the brokers were forcing traders to sell only. And I don't think that's going to happen again. They would close your account and they'd say, like Robinhood and a couple other brokers were like, okay, guys, you can only sell. You cannot buy, right? And so if you're only getting sells, what's going to happen? The price is going to go down, and that's what happened. So the guys who were doing this thing, they didn't give up on it, and they kept pushing, and people just don't want to sell GME or AMC right now. And so that's pretty interesting how this whole thing's playing out. Yeah. Okay. And so that's that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the euro dollar. I know a lot of people really like to take a look at the euro dollar. So let's go ahead and do that one real quick. We're still hanging in there on gold. So euro dollar has had a little bit of a bounce recently. We're currently at support right here. Okay, you can see, and we have, this is kind of in line with my pound trade, but right now we have a channel that's happening like this. Okay, and I like these channels. It's almost the same kind of channel that I just did on gold, right? On a daily time frame, just not quite as big, but we had support, we have resistance, we have a nice downward channel. So I think that euro dollar could get right back up here, and it might be a pretty solid setup. So we go down to an hourly time frame. Let's look at it on an hourly. Okay, you see it just broke out, right? And now we're getting some serious pushback. And so if this gets rejected, we could go lower, but right now we have a pretty solid breakout. Let's look at what it looks like on the MACD. The MACD is rising, but we have this is a nice solid support level, and it's moving up. So I think that we could see this thing continue to rise, at least up until the top of the channel. So if we go back to daily, that's what I'm looking at on the daily time frame. We're looking at a possible bounce. So my stop loss would probably be around 118 in that area. Let's just go with 118.79, which is 100, and then my take profit would be 300. So it'd be a nice risk to reward to go there as well. All right, Ben is like giveaway. Yeah, Ben, I would love your excitement. Thanks, man. Good job. NIO is going up. So let's take a look at NIO and Tesla. And I'll tell you one thing I'm doing on this one as well. So this is NIO, and I've traded this one quite a bit too. You got kind of a downward trend line here. It bounced off of it, and now we have some support levels right here. And I'm going to go over this, and then we're going to talk about the giveaway. Make sure you guys grab that link to get into the giveaway there. But we have support here. I'm going to delete a lot of this junk. It's nice to just start over. So we have current high at 67. Price has bounced off of this pretty significant retracement. It's a 50% retracement, right? From 60 to 30, that's 50%. That's pretty solid. And so now the buyers have stepped in. We take a look at this trend line break. This is really a powerful trend line break right here. Okay, so I like this trade quite a bit. We do have some support, and it's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly where the support is, but it's probably right where this is a nice 100 period moving average. You can see we have some support over here. So this 47 is a nice support level. I'm going to look at the Twitter account, and then we're going to look at Tesla because I'm really, I like trading things, but I also like to do some investing too. So what I'll do is pull out some of my trading profits and throw it into investing, and do that. Okay, so let's find that Twitter page. Okay, we got 19, and so I need to find out if that's enough. Is 19 enough? I'm asking my chat supervisor, Jen. All right. Oh, we got 20. So that's definitely enough. Awesome. So go ahead, guys. Do the giveaway. We did 21. Yes. So what we're going to do is we click this button, and then Jen will then pick a winner from this list. So I would just want to thank everyone for participating. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit that like button. Want to see if we can get that up there as well. And so while Jen's doing that, I want to go over Tesla. And so what I do is I've been putting in money every single week into Tesla. You know, I just think it's a great stock. The last time I went long on it was back here as far as a day trade, and I got in at 435, and you can see what happened. And so now I'm actually, look at this daily. This has been pulling back for a long time, but I actually love it because I'm putting money in this on a regular basis. I'm just depositing. Why? Because this is just the beginning of what? It's the beginning of a big move. You know, I think this is the beginning of the EV space. Tesla's the major player. Everybody wants to get in, get Teslas. They're doing great things. I think that this is going to continue to go up for years and years to come, right? And so when we get, you can day trade this and make a lot of money on it, but you could also invest in it. And so I'm just buying this. I just buy it. And so when I see big pullbacks and I buy some here, then I buy some here, and then I buy some here, and I buy some here, and I buy some here, I'm loving it. And so on a day like today, where it pops up, my total value, my total account value really takes a big jump. Why? Because I kept buying at cheaper and cheaper levels. That's really good. So when you're on those downward moves and you're buying on the way down, it really helps build your account over time. And so I don't know what the impulse is, the correction below the the impulse, but that's maybe what it is. Hey, by the way, Nikki J just was the winner. So everyone hit that like button congratulating Nikki. Nikki, thank you. Good job. And so what Nikki needs to do is, let's go up here. I'm going to follow Nikki, and then we'll send her a message if I can find her. There she is. Okay, so we're following her now, and she is the winner. Congratulations. And we're going to send you a direct message so you can get access to the training. So awesome job. Thank you so much. Okay, and so the gold trade is kind of consolidating right now. Not a lot happening with it. We can go ahead and take a look at it. This euro dollar trade is doing pretty well also. I might take this one as a swing trade too. You know, I like this pullback. Remember, I took the pound dollar, the euro dollar. Here's the pound dollar. I might do the euro just for fun too. So let me actually do that right before we leave. I'm going to take that euro dollar. Let's go back to euro chart. Let's take a look at it. So I got a couple daily trades, which are kind of fun. Dailies are fun. We got to bounce off this level. It does have some resistance here, right? But I'm trusting in this break, right here. That's what I'm trusting in. I'm trusting in this break. This is a heavy resistance. I'll know that if this 119 level breaks to the upside, it'll be a really solid trade. And so I'm going to be really excited about that. Okay, so so there we have it. Let's go and take a look at it on the daily time frame here. And we're going to take a picture of it just to make sure we know what happened. All right. So congratulations to everybody that was participating. Thanks so much, everyone. I'm going to be gone on, I'm not going to be back till next Wednesday. So I'm going to be gone for a whole week. So hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, guys, on the video, on the YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. And, you know, it's going to be, I want to see you guys subscribe so you get notified, because I'll come back next week. So I'm going to take a couple days off. So I want to just thank everybody for participating, for what everybody does. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great, great week. I'll keep you guys updated with everything when I come back. And in the meantime, just manage your risk. The EU selfie. Yeah, just manage your risk, and let me know how you're doing when we come back. But thanks, everyone, and just really appreciate everybody and their participation.